Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hayden here, coming back at you with a brand new video. And in this one, we're doing something very unique, very different that we've never done or never talked about on the channel. But credit and taxes seem to be two different things that people keep asking me about. So with credit specifically, I want to make sure that you know I'm not the best at this. This is something where any information I'm going to say right now based on what I'm doing, yes, there's multiple different ways to do it. This is how I'm doing it. And that is solely based on my own research and consulting people who know what they're talking about. Whether that's friends just for free giving me advice or paid consulting, that is how I have acquired my information. So I'm going to do an unboxing as well for one of the new cards I have in. I have a couple different cards. I'm going to explain what I did and kind of some issues that I ran into. So when I was first starting to build credit, right, you have to be 18 to build credit. So I waited until I was 18. But then when I turned 18, I was actually overseas for about 3.5 to 4 months. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to do anything. So as soon as I got back to the States, I immediately got a secured credit card. And I'm going to explain all of this, how I started building it and all of that, because, well, a lot of you guys might be young, you're trying to build credit, or maybe you're trying to repair bad credit. So I don't know a lot about that because I'm not in that situation. I want to make that very clear, but I'm going to explain how I've done what I've done and a lot of kind of the data behind that, because it's all about history when it comes to credit, as well as how I'm getting approved for things. So let's just jump right into it. How I first started doing it, like I said, I came back from being overseas. I went to US Bank, which is the main bank that I was banking at the time, went and got a secured credit card. Actually, where's my wallet? I don't have it on me, but I'll show you in 1 sec. All right, here we go. It looks a little something like this for those who can see it. It's just a very basic gray card, right? So this had a $1,000 limit, and what a secured card technically is it's no risk to the bank or to whoever's issuing that. So I put $1,000 down, and that's the limit on a monthly basis. I didn't care about the amount of money. Personally, most of the money I spend is a business expense. So this is a personal card, not a business credit, which is a totally separate video. So I was trying to build my personal credit. And so the thing that I was doing with this card, every single month I would try to put exactly 40% on the card. So right around $400. And I always recommend you do this, or I've never recommended it because I don't talk about credit, but I do recommend that you set your credit card to auto pay. So I don't have to think about it because I tend to forget literally almost every single month. At least one of my rent payments is always like a $175 late fee because I literally forget. My phone bill, I just forget. So set it to auto payment as much as you can for anything you do. I do recommend that. But so 40%, and the reason is because at least that allotment from what I've, like that amount of usage is from what people have told me, that's the best way to do it. Building credit is not all about how much you spend. It's about paying that off and I guess having a good, month to month continuing of that. So for me, that's what I was told. 40% is the best thing. It's been working extremely well. So what I've done actually is I put a couple of reoccurring payments. I put one of my phones on there, and then I try and buy food here and there. So I'll just check the balance like once a week just to see what it is, to try and put as close to that 40% as possible without really going over or under. So that's just something I've done. Now, what I recently did, because that wasn't too long ago, right? So I went from no credit to I have about a 710 score, and we're going to talk about the history behind that and how it's important. But I went ahead and actually got one that has 2,000. Okay, so I doubled the secured, right? So you have to go apply, they have to give you a whole new card, and that's just going to help increase it. Right? So what I'm doing is I'm going to be paying part of my rent for one of my places on my personal card, because part of it is a personal and I'm going to be able to write off part of it as well. So under the business. So this is where I'm just going through and building it. Now, what's in the box, we're going to get to that in a second. I'm going to unbox it. There's actually two different cards. Two of these. I don't know which one this is. I do know what type it is, but I got two different ones, a personal and a business for this type of card. And you guys, if you know credit, you might know by the box. I know I posted on my story and a couple of credit people hit me up and whatever. And they were like, yeah, oh no, you got this one and stuff. But I don't know. I just got it because I'm going to explain why. I'm unboxing in a second. But what I really realized is that everything I was doing was on a debit card. And I knew this from a long time ago because I've been making money since I was about 16. Everything I've done is just, look at this. It's just debit card. Where? This one won't come out. Hang on. Oh, we got it. Debit card. Two more in here. Oh, there's three more. See, you get the point. It's debit cards. It's always just been debit cards. And what does that mean? I'm paying cash for everything. Contrary to what some people think, everything I buy is in cash. The only thing I didn't buy in cash was my car, and that was because I wanted to build credit. And I actually bought that when I was 17. So that is actually building my credit now because it was under my dad who co-signed for it. So the thing that I realized is that I'm getting no cash back, no rewards, no sort of kickback when you're putting it on debit. So if I'm spending $30,000 a month or $50,000 a month, both in business and personal expenses, you could get a lot of rewards back for that. Oh, and I guess my audio just glitched out, but essentially, all these free Uber, Airbnb, blah, 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 all these rewards. So that's why I really am trying to now get the right card set up. So I'm just trying to document this, explain for some people. Maybe you're young and making some money, but let's unbox this card. So what is this? If you guys are familiar with any sort of credit cards, the different perks that come with it, this right here is the AMEX Platinum, okay? So I'm going to go through kind of what the rewards are and stuff from this. I'm going to open it up. I know it's going to show the credit card number on here. Actually, no, it's not. Never mind. Disregard that. There is no number. So I blocked out my address on top. Flip it open. Bam. That is what it looks like for those of you guys who can see that right there. So this is, I guess that's pretty dope. Not going to lie. In the wood. So you're going to pop it out here. This right here, for those of you who don't know, this is a very heavy card. It's not too heavy, but definitely compared to just, a regular plastic debit card, this has some serious weight difference. So right here, it is a cool looking card. I really hope I'm not showing any information. Just for the sake of it, I'm just gonna block out a little number. But yeah, so that's what it is. And I'm gonna explain why I got this card. It was very simply because I saw the cashback rewards from it and kind of some of the different perks. For example, this one right here is the American Express Platinum. So I have a business one on the way as well. So correct me if I'm wrong. Again, I'm not the best on this. It's not a credit card. This is more of a charge card. So I do have the business credit card coming through the Platinum. This is gonna at least somewhat replace where I'm spending my personal money. So for example, I have two of these coming. I don't have the other one in yet because I'm not currently in California where it is. But the goal out of that for me is I'm getting rewards for flights. That's one of the biggest things. I'm getting access, at least with the card I got, to like Delta Sky Lounges and all the airports. I get $200 immediately worth of travel credit, and that restarts at the beginning of the year. So as of right now, it's the end of the year. I'm going to get 200, then another 200. Now, something like this, instead of me just spending, for example, I went and bought a bed. This might sound stupid to some people, and it was. I spent $7,000 on a bed. That was a personal expense. I'm not going to write that off. I'm not even going to try. So $7,000 on a bed, that was a personal expense paid for with this card right here. So just a debit card, just threw it down, and that's just cash gone. Well, I would have gotten some back, I believe, from this. Again, I believe it's on certain things you get rewards. So cash back on certain things. One of the biggest things is going to be ad spend as well, because obviously a lot of what I do is e-commerce. It's marketing based. So if you're spending, $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month in ad spend, especially now in Q4 of the year, which we are, you can go and actually get a lot more rewards back from that, which is huge to me. So my goal as of right now with this, I understand that credit is an investment. So it's something that's going to come down the road. And I know a lot of people, actually about, what was the statistic? Like 40, 50, 52 or something. Like 50% of millennials don't even have a credit card. So think about that for a second. If you're not building credit now, what happens down the road? What happens in 3 years when you try to get approved for something? I'm going to talk about how I've gotten approved for everything up to this point. But I want to do that because I don't necessarily need my credit for anything right now. I really don't. So in 2 years or 3 years, if I'm trying to buy something that I want to use credit towards, or that's something that, needs to be shown, it will be there. And it will also be there with history. So it's not about, my 710 score right now. That's pretty good, I guess, for building it for 4 months. But it's all about the history that's behind that. There's only so much history because, where is it? Because the card itself, it's just only been there for 4 months. It has a $1,000 limit. So it's not like showing you've really spent a lot of money and really been paying that back in a good manner. So that's one of those things for what I've been doing with credit, working towards it. Now, a little bit about what I've gotten approved for and kind of how. My first apartment, which is on the beach in California, I haven't ever said how much that costs, but it's in between $4,000 to $5,000. So that one specifically, I don't really like to talk numbers, but that specifically, this was interesting to me. So I woke up one day, I was looking for houses and whatnot, and I just wasn't finding anything I liked. It was the same situation as when I was looking for a house in LA, and then I ended up traveling because I didn't find anything I liked. So I went overseas for a few months. And so I just decided to get a place on the beach. I was like, you know what? I like this vibe. Let me try and do that. And I went and looked at like 13 different places that day. And I did a whole video about it, but 13 different places. And what happened is every single one wanted to check income. Of course, they wanted to check, do a credit check, a background check, blah, blah, blah. Now, the last place I looked at out of those 13 was the place I currently live in. And it was the most expensive, it was the nicest place, and they didn't ask for anything. They asked me how much money I make. Absolutely no verification. Did not look at credit. I could have been making $18 a month and they would have had no idea as long as I could have paid right away. So I did the deposit, paid the month, blah, blah, blah. I've been there for a few months now, like 4 months. So that was kind of interesting to me. Again, it's the income. Like they ran it through their system, of course, and if something had come back with a red flag, they would have needed to look into it further and get approval. But for me, at least with everything I'm doing now, I can show income, which at least to a degree substitutes credit. So for an example, if I'm trying to get a house, a lot of people are like, how you get in a house? You know, I do have a house, but saying, how do you get that if someone wants to show credit? Like if you're renting, right? Some landlords are very strict like that. They're not going to rent it. Even if you say you make, X amount of money a month, it's just astronomically higher than the rent. Some people just want good credit because that's like a good faith in making the payment. Okay, there's ways around that. Pay 6 months up front, pay the whole year up front if you want. Now, I understand that can deal with tying up capital, but most people, as long as you can really show a diluted income to the rent or whatever payment you're trying to make, that in itself will help make up for the lack of or no credit. So that's one of those things you want to think of. This is really a dope packaging. I really do like this. This is shout out to AMEX for this. This is really dope. Welcome to Platinum. I like that. I'm going to go use it. But yeah, I want you guys to go ahead, ask any questions down below if you have questions about credit. Again, I'm not an advisor on this. This is not my strong suit. This is not what I do. It's actually something I don't want to say I don't enjoy doing, but it's one of those things where I'm just not the best at it. I've not read a crazy amount on it. Thankfully, I was able to ask some people, get some advice from business partners and just, people who've built their credit, yada, yada. They know about all the cards, all the rewards. And yeah, so that's kind of my experience so far with credit, building a score. Again, I just made that payment every single month. I have my car also, which is separate from this card. I don't exactly know how that one's on there, but it's listed under my credit as well. So it's building that because as far as my knowledge, I'm an authorized user or whatever. So I'm like co-signed on it. So that's one of those things where that's just how I'm doing it. It's nothing crazy. It's one of those things where I do recommend you go get a secured card if you're above the age of 18. You're not going to get not approved for that because you're putting $1,000. That's the whole thing about it being secured. You're putting $1,000 up front first. So what happens there is there's no way they can lose money because you can't spend more than $1,000 on the card. So think about that. I would do that. As far as I know so far, based on what I'm doing and it's working, I would recommend putting 40% on there and set it to auto pay every single month. That will definitely help accelerate your credit growth. So I'm sure there's going to be someone in the comments roasting me for this. That's totally fine. I already don't know the most about it, but it is working for me. And that's, again, one of those things I'm investing into the future. So I did put some time, got approved for a few things. I applied for a couple more things, like a Sapphire Reserve and a couple different cards that maybe I'll make some more videos on this, and I'll probably actually be doing a video on the card I use for ad spend because, we get 3% back through that card on ad spend. So that's pretty good in the form of Airbnb and travel miles. So that's one of those things that's huge. If you guys want, I guess, some more videos on this stuff, I might do a video on taxes. It's not my strong suits, but I do want to talk about it because it is relevant, it is important, and it does play a role into the business end of things, how I do my money, how I conduct, just my finances, because it's a part of life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it answered some questions because I keep getting hammered with credit and taxes. They seem to be very popular topics right now. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like down below. If you're already building your credit, if you want to expand on a topic or start a conversation, feel free to drop it in the comments down below. I would love to go back and forth with you guys there. And if you have not already, make sure to join the family. We're a little bit past 103,000 subscribers. That's crazy. Thank you very much. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And with that being said, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow in the next video. Peace.